And here's one other example of the maliciousness of the people who are in the anti-Candace camp. This is Viva Frei. Tweets out on August 16th. I invited Candace Owens on for a discussion multiple times. She has not accepted. Guess why, Mullen In fact, I invited Ian Carroll's show. He has not accepted, even though he has been on my channel before. I invited Baron Coleman. He has not accepted. I invited Imchuya. I don't know who that is. He has not accepted. I invited Lionel Media. He has not accepted. Guess why? The people just asking questions don't like just answering questions. But your next pivot will be just accusing me of being a grifter by asking them on for a discussion. Well, guess what? And I found this very interesting. Viva Frei reached out to me about a day before he posted this. And he said, hey, you want to come on to my show for a discussion about this case? And I said, sure. And then he said, I have your phone number, I think, don't I? And I was like, yeah, you do. And then I texted him and said, when do you want to do it? And I never heard back. Same thing happened with Kyle Seraphin. Same thing happened with Nick Rakita. I said yes to all three and never heard anything again. And now Viva's out there posting saying, hey, look at all these people who are in the skeptic camp who I invited on my show and they didn't get back to me. Did he mention the fact that he also reached out to Clint Russell and Clint Russell said, sure, when do you want to do it? No, he didn't. I'm telling you, that is malicious. That is dirty pool. That is dirty shit right there. You never had any interest in having me on at all, huh? You just wanted to add me another name to the list to demonstrate that the skeptic camp is full of shit, that we're all afraid to debate or whatever. When the truth is that Baron and Ian and these other people are probably just super busy and didn't have a chance to get back to you. But I had time and I responded and I texted and I said, let's do it. And then you vanished. So in reality, you were just concocting a hit piece like a shitty New York Times journalist. And I take no joy in saying this. I've met Viva a couple times. He did the show with Luke and I. Liked him. Seemed like a good dude. I have no idea what the fuck he's doing here. I have no idea why you are crafting malicious hit pieces to try and smear your opposition on this debate. Why would you do that? And despite the fact that I have positive things to say about you in the past, and I thought you were a good guy, I know Baron Coleman and Ian Carroll are good people. So what are you doing? Why are you smearing them publicly? Why are you concocting narratives to try and make them look as if they're afraid? And I might add, I take it very personally that you were trying to add me to that hit piece. But fortunately, I wasn't busy that night and I saw your message and I responded immediately, said, let's do it. Set it up. When? You never got back to me. So that shows real bad faith. That is real, like, scummy journo action. And you're going to have to answer for that to your own audience. I don't know why the fuck people are doing shit like that. I would never do anything like that. I just want to be clear with you guys. That is scumbag behavior. Actually, anybody in my audience right now, clip that segment, send it to Ian and Baron. Let them know. Let them know that I did step up and he didn't add me to that list. So this was not a good faith debate request or an invite to have a conversation or however he was framing it. He was literally just messaging that everybody that's in the skeptic camp just saying, hey, will you come on? Will you come on? Will you come on? And he had like 5 names that didn't get back to him. And then he posts that. I bet I'm not the only one. I bet there was 4 or 5 other people that he reached out to and they said, sure, when do you want to do it? And then he just moved on. He's like, I got the hit piece that I needed. Dirty.
Great podcast. Clint is tight.